Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Mandy. Today I wanted to work on the kitchen a little bit and work on some areas that I have neglected here recently. So if you like motivational cleaning videos, then go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Now let's jump right into the cleaning.
I'ma get closer to you, yeah, got me, baby, got me hooked on you once again. Girl, I need you. How many times now?
One area that I tend to forget about wiping down and cleaning is the bottom of the microwave, which is directly over top of the stove. So I'm gonna first take out those little vents that are on the bottom there, and I'm spraying it with my Jaws cleaner. This is the disinfectant cleaner. It's a lemon scent, and I'm just gonna wipe it down with my microfiber ECLOTH, get all that grease that has splattered up there, get that cleaned off, and then I did rinse off the vents and I put those back in. I'm also using the Jaws cleaner to spray on the wall there and the countertop and the stove. The lime green cloth that I'm using now is actually a glass polishing cloth. It is from ECLOTH as well. I love using this on my glass top stove and anything glass like mirrors or anything like that. I love to use that because it dries things and it leaves it with a non-streak shine.
I was on your bed when you undressed, baby, when I pulled you in and felt your breath. Then I knew the girl I need you. You're smiling like that, I could never resist it. Smiling like that, I could never resist it. Smiling like that, I could never resist it. Smiling like that, I can never resist it.
When I deep clean the stovetop, which is what I'm going to do now, I like to use the Mrs. Meyer's Cream Baking Soda cleanser. It's a lemon scent. It smells really good. What I like to do is just put it on and then I scrub it using a little scrub brush, and then I wipe it down with that microfiber cloth, and then I'll go over top of that with the glass polishing cloth. Now I still had some burnt on food or something on one of the burners, so I'm using a straight razor blade. This actually came with my stovetop whenever we bought it, and I hear a lot of people say that they're afraid to use one of these, that they may scratch their glass top, but if you hold it correctly, you will not scratch your glass top. I will try to find one similar to what I have and link it down in the description below so that you guys can check that out. Now, moving on to my oven, I am going to be using the Wyman's wipes. They are stainless steel wipes. I love these things. I think I found mine at Home Goods. After I wipe down the stainless steel, I just go back over it with a dry microfiber cloth.
I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you that I'm alright. Like a ricochet, it will come back to.
There was quite a bit of grease and stuff splattered on the window there, so I'm using the same baking soda cream to clean that off, and then I'm using the razor blade again just to scrape off the stuff that is really stuck on. And then I just wipe it down with the microfiber cloth and follow up with the glass polishing cloth. Okay, funny thing here, every time I say wipe it down, I think about all of the little TikTok wipe it down videos. Anybody else? No, just me? Okay. The inside of the oven wasn't really that dirty, so I'm just going to use the self oven cleaner. It worked pretty good. Now I'm going to move on to spraying off my countertops, and I'm using the Jaws disinfectant. To use it as a disinfectant, you want to leave it on your surface for a little while before you wipe it down. So I'm just going to leave that there and move on to wiping down the front of the dishwasher, and then I'll go back up and wipe down the countertops.
But it will ricochet. I won't let it bite. I will.
Just in case you're wondering, I do rinse out the microfiber cloth. I don't want you thinking that I wipe down the entire kitchen using the same cloth and never rinse it out. I just don't always show that part in the video.
So you can't hurt me like you did before.
So we have city water, but I think that it is really hard city water. And if there's any type of water that is standing, as you can see there, the white areas is like calcium deposits or something. So this is a very hard space to get to because of how that bar is so close to the faucets. I cannot stand that bar like that. If we ever get to remodel, I'm gonna have that taken off and have it just extended and be flat. It could be one solid piece instead of having the bar raised like that. But I'm using my razor blade again to get that area nice and clean. And to clean off this sprayer, it also gets kind of gunky. I'm just putting some vinegar into a little Ziploc sandwich bag. I'm gonna rubber band it on there so it doesn't fall off. And I'm gonna let that sit throughout the day so that it will just kind of get all that yuck and grime off of there.
Each day, don't know how you fall asleep at night, knowing that your words are hurtful, it's just not right. No, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away like a ricochet. Like a ricochet.
This is another area I would like to change if we ever remodel, or I may go ahead and do it now since I don't know when I'm going to be able to remodel, but I would love to take all of that tile off and put shiplap on that wall right there. I think that would be so pretty.
Now it's so long ago. Did you make it? Did you break free? Did you manage to be who you wanna be? Maybe
While I was over here moving Amelia's kitchen out of the way so I could vacuum underneath it, I noticed that it was looking pretty dusty and she had played with clay or something on the top, so it had some stain on it. So I wanted to go ahead and wipe down her little kitchen. And those little burners, I really wish that they would make them to where you could take them off and clean underneath, but you can't. So here in just a minute, I have to take the vacuum cleaner and use the attachment hose on it so I can vacuum out the little burners right there, because food and whatever she's been playing with, Play-Doh and clay and stuff, has gotten down in there and I couldn't get it out. So I'm having to suck it out with the vacuum cleaner.
just a broken frame, and I know that
Isabella was finishing up some of her laundry that she was doing for the day. Now I am wiping down the refrigerator and I'm using those same stainless steel wipes. A lot of times just during the week when I'm doing a quick clean of the kitchen after we've done the dishes and everything, I just use a wet microfiber ECLOTH and I follow it up with the glass polishing cloth, and that does a good job. But then when I do a deep cleaning of it, I do like to use the wipes, the stainless steel wipes, because I feel like it just gives it more shine than using just the microfiber cloth. And as you can see here for the water tray, the drip tray, again, very hard water. There's lots of calcium buildup there. So I actually ended up scraping it off with the razor blade, and then I just put the whole thing into the dishwasher. Something I had been wanting to do was clean out that cabinet there over top of the refrigerator. I knew that I had put stuff up there that I no longer use. One of those things was a spiralizer. I now have a Ninja that has a spiralizer attachment with it. So whenever I bought the Ninja, I just shoved that up there because that's something that I don't hardly ever get into very often. So I had just had Bella come and help me. I should have actually went up and down the step ladder. That would have been a good workout for me, but I had Bella help me there, put everything on the counter. I just wanted to wipe out this cabinet and kind of rearrange things a little bit. It is a very deep cabinet, which I like because, as you saw, I put my grill spatulas and things like that for the grill in there. Another area I wanted to clean out just a little bit and move some dishes, these two drawers here in this cabinet. I don't have a very big kitchen. I don't have very many cabinets. Thank goodness I have a huge pantry. But I had like my Pyrex and Anchor glass dishes in this, and I felt like they were just too heavy for the drawer pull-outs, that it felt like they were kind of starting to get stuck because of all the glass and everything. So I did move those earlier, and now I'm just kind of rearranging the lids to all of the containers.
No hands of a hero. Now you're selling me stories, but I don't believe you. Every now and then you lose in life. What you're risking when you roll the dice. Now I'm gonna place the bet on me. I do believe you will learn what it's like to fail. Gave a little and far too late. Now it's time for you to up and leave. I do believe. Still you're giving me nothing. A whole lot of nothing.
In this cabinet, I used to have my OXO salad spinner, but I decided to move it to a larger cabinet, and that way I could move my plates back down and just have things a little neater, more organized. And then I also wanted to clean out the silverware drawer. I don't know how in the world the drawers get so many crumbs and so much yuck in them. I had to take out all of the silverware and wash out this little silverware divider.
I do believe it. Still you're giving me nothing. A whole lot of nothing, baby. Would've settled for something, but I'm giving in with the waiting. But you're dialing a zero. No hands of a hero. Now you're selling me stories, but I don't believe you. I do believe it. I do believe it. Put your hands on my back, boy. Lead me to the brightest of my days. Wrap your arms around me, boy. Give me all the comfort that
And I am back to working on the pull-out drawers. I thought I was finished with this, but then I got to thinking about it and I just wasn't happy with the way it was. So I started moving stuff around again, and I think this time I got it the way I wanted it.
go, I'll follow you. I'll follow you. I'll follow you. Put your lips.
This is my Ninja that I'm putting in the drawer right now. I did have all of that in the cabinet up over top of the microwave, but I am short and it's kind of heavy and just awkward to try to get it out of that cabinet, and we use it quite often, so I wanted it to be a little bit lower, somewhere that I don't have to stretch or get a step stool to get all the time. So that is one reason I started cleaning that out, and I just put items that I don't really use a whole lot or they're lighter, I put those up over top of the stove, or over top of the microwave, I should say. Now I'm just wiping down the breakfast nook table, and you guys, if I had $1 for every time I wiped this down during the day, I would be a very wealthy woman. This table gets used very often. So I wanted to show you the oven. That white stuff, that white powdery stuff that was down in the bottom, That is what is left over after you use the self-cleaning mechanism or feature on the oven. And all I had to do was go in and just wipe that up, and the oven looked like it was brand new. Now it's time to just go ahead and start vacuuming all of the floors. And like I said earlier in the video, I'm just focusing on the kitchen and the breakfast nook area. So those are the only places that I'm going to vacuum and mop. So now I'm just going to go ahead and mop the floors, and what I'm using to mop the floors is my ECLOTH mop. I love this thing. All you have to do is wet the little pad, put it on, and mop.
I belong to you.
So the last thing that I like to do whenever I clean is clean out my sink. And I'm taking off that little baggie of vinegar, and I'm going to go ahead and scrub the sprayer. And there was still some hard, stubborn spots, so I got my little trusty razor blade back out, scraped those spots off, and it looks as good as new. To clean out the sink, I'm using that same baking soda cream from Mrs. Meyer's, and all of those products, the Mrs. Meyer products, I get from the Grove Collaborative, which I do have a link for that down in the description below. There was something stuck in the sink and I could not get it with just using the scrub sponge there, so I had to get my little razor blade again. I'm telling you guys, these things come in handy, so I will definitely find one similar and link it down in the description for you. After washing out my sink, I like to use that glass polishing cloth and dry the sink out. It just really makes the sink shine, and I feel like the kitchen is definitely completely clean after I dry the sink out. So that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you some motivation to go clean something in your home. If you have not subscribed, I would love for you to do so. If you like these types of videos, give it a thumbs up. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
You got that something that can't be seen. You got that one thing that's hard to come by. It's not your styling, it's not your jeans. No, what you got is deeper within.